Shalom, back with part 6. Let's continue here. Hopefully we can close this out here in part 6. All right. Let's go to Psalms 59 and 13. All right. All right. Consume them in wrath. Consume them that they may not be. And let them know that the God power, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. You see that? You understand? And again, who had the first covenant? Jacob, Israel, the Negro, Latino, Native American, right? And we will also have the second covenant as well, all right? And again, this is all in the scriptures, people. Whether you're reading Romans 9, 3 and 4, whether you're reading Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, whether you're reading Hebrews, the 8th chapter, all right, between the 8th and 10th verses there. You understand? All right? All right, let's move on. Okay, let's go to Psalms 71. Psalm 71 and 13. All right. Let them be confounded and consumed that are the adversaries of my soul. You see that? Let them be covered with reproach and dishonor that seek my hurt. All right? And again, remember, right? What does it say in here in where's that? What does it say here in Escalatius 10 and 8? All right. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, right? Okay. And riches got by the sea, all right? Like the, Federal Reserve note, all right? Jekyll Island, right? 1910, 1911, yeah. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, all right? The one people meaning from the Edomites to another people meaning Jacob. Because again, that goes back to the prophecy, all right? Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world. That word world there, meaning the end of the age. So Esau is the end of the age, the end of his era as in rulership and kingdom. And you're watching it before your eyes. You're watching it pass away. And Jacob, who is the Negro, Latino, Native American, they're the descendants of Jacob, is the beginning of it that followeth. You see that? It's not rocket science, is it, people? Plain and simple, right there. All right? Now, do they tell you that in these churches? No, they don't. Does the media tell you about this? No, it don't. Your politicians tell you about this? Do they tell you about this in school and education? No, they don't. You understand? No. What they tell you and what you can see and what they show is something like this. This is what they do because it's based on their pride, right? What is that? Psalms 49 and 11, all right? Their inward thought, talking about the Edomite, Esau, Edom, the white man, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's based on their pride, right? They're always talking about, 20, 30, and 20, the year 2040, and all that, right? And that their dwelling places to all generations. In other words, they're going to keep passing down their power and their money and their wealth, which again, we just read, right? unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit. That's how they got everything, through the sword. All right, to steal, kill, destroy. All right, to bloodshed, to rape, robbery, and murderous genocide. All right, the stealing of lands. All right, the slavery of the Israelites. Okay, besides the murderous genocide. All right, you understand that? That's how they got everything. So this is their inward thought. All right, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and that their dwelling places to all generations. And of course, they call their land after their own names, right? Because they're not the original Greeks, they're not the original Romans, they're not the original Europeans, and they're certainly not the original Americans, all right? You understand that? But yet, they call themselves by these names, Germany, France, England, Spain. They're not the original, okay? By the lands that they have conquered. They call themselves by the lands that they've conquered. But they're not the original people. Again, the Israelites, we were already here. All right, when Columbus came here, so he discovered nothing. You understand that? Okay, and he came here because he knew that the Israelites were here, because he studied that. All right, and that's all in the, in the textbooks. That's all in circular history, people. All right? So, you understand? All right, we're moving on. All right, let's go. What is it? Psalm 73:19. Let me get out of here. Go back over here. Psalm 73:19. How are they brought into desolation? All right? As in a moment, they are utterly consumed with terrors. All right? See that? Go to Revelations 18, man. Go to Revelations 18 chapter. Give you an example of that. All right? I'm not going to read all of Revelations 18. All right? Revelations. All right, give you an example. Again, reward her, even as she rewarded you, double unto her according to her works. In the cup that she had filled, fill to her double. That's why she's going to do 1,000+ years of captivity. All right. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. All right? Death, mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, that nuclear fire, plus that concentrated laser fire from the chariots. All right? For strong is the Lord that judges her. All right? Standing far off for fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the Great, known as the daughter of Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Egypt. You understand that, people? All right? That mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. You see that? In 1 hour, that's all it's going to take to destroy this place. All right? For in 1 hour, so great as riches has come to naught. You see that? All right? Verse 20, 21, rejoice over her, thou heaven, in the holy apostles and prophets. It's talking about us, all right? Who are rooted in these scriptures, all right? For the God power have avenged you on us. So this is what he's getting ready to do. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city, talking about America, Babylon the Great, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. All right? Verse 23, and the light of the candle shall no more shine in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by sorcery were the nations deceived. See that? Again, America's founded by what? Your founding fathers were all Freemasons. founded on witchcraft, on sorcery, enchantments. You understand that? All right. And in her was found the blood of the prophets, all right, and of the saints, the northern and the southern kingdom of Israelites, all right, and of all that was slain upon the earth. So, all right, all the other atrocities that were committed upon the other people and nations on the earth as well, outside of the Israelites. See that? All right. All right. Let's further move on here. Let's go to Isaiah 1:28. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. You see that? And they that forsake the Lord Yahweh shall be consumed. So again, I already told you, you're joined onto him, you're going to be thrust through with the sword as well. And that's from Isaiah 13:15. All right, Isaiah 5:24. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the chaff, so their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Lord Yahweh, the host of armies, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. And again, Proverbs 13:13. He who despises this word shall be destroyed, but he who keepeth the commandments shall be rewarded. All right? The only ones who are going to keep the commandments are the elect of Israelites. All right? As best they can. Malachi 3:6. Again, the Lord never changes. So that's what that's talking about. All right? In Malachi 3:6, the Lord never changes. Okay? All right. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You see that? And that's talking about the elect. All right? 144,000, which are all men, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, plus the great multitude that will include women and children. All right. Daniel 2:44. All right. Let's go to that. Daniel 2:44. All right. And in the days of these kings, we're talking about those days right now, we're living in them. All right. Shall the God power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, right? But it shall break in pieces and consume, right? In other words, destroy all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. There you go. We'll close out Jeremiah 51. Give me a minute. All right, this is Jeremiah 51, 19 through 24. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. All right? And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Again, Deuteronomy 32:9. Jacob is the lot of the Lord's inheritance. All right? And the Lord, Yahweh, hosts of armies is his name. And thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horses and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with these will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and the yoke and the oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces the captains and the rulers. And I will render unto Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the Great, and to all the inhabitants of the Chaldeans, all their evil that they have done in Zion, right, against the Negro, Latino, Native American in your sight, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, people, I'll close out with one more. Give me a minute. All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and 29 to close out. Call together the archers against Babylon, talking about America, Babylon the Great. The archers meaning all nations that have ICBM capability. All ye that bend the bow. Another word, modern day, would be the silos that hold the ICBMs. camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her, talking about America, Babylon the Great, according to her work, according to all she have done, for she have been proud against the Lord Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. There you go. All right. So everyone that has ICBM capability will be sending missiles onto America, Babylon the Great. That would be the will of the Lord. Shalom.